Oh, hi! It's the weekend. We're gonna be doing our toy sharing. So, last week we was able to show Chainsawman as our new series of figures. But for this week, we're gonna be still be doing Chainsawman, and for you guys, and also to I guess celebrate Halloween belatedly, we're gonna be doing a 2 for 1. And what does that mean? We're gonna be talking about two figures in one upload. And those figures are Denji and Makima. So, Denji is, we'll start with Denji. So, Denji is basically Chainsaw Man. He is Chainsaw Man before he transforms. Now, Denji is the human version of Chainsaw Man. So, as you can see here, that's him. That's him if he's not transformed. Denji was a kid down on his luck who needed money. He was already selling parts of his body for money to pay off his father's debt until he was, I guess, fooled into being into being a victim. And but he then made a pact with Pochita, one of our I guess a demon, right? A demon, and became Chainsaw Man. So this is him. That's him as human. Then we've got Denji in the pose, and this is the back shot. So you've got Denji here. Actually, it includes Pochita. It includes some accessories. So let's open him up. For those who haven't watched the last arc, the Reze arc, it was I hope that you watch it. It's actually pretty good. It's actually a pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. I love the interaction. I loved how the character was portrayed. It was a really good video. It was a really good movie. I hope you guys can watch it. Now, so this is Denji in without the unboxed. So again, let's always start what we always do for the few people that watch me and my videos. We always start with value. So what is again? How do we define value? At least for me, and in SH Figuarts, it is anything beyond. It's a figure. Anything beyond the faceplates and the hand. Now, so what do we have? Of course, we have Pochita. That's value related. That's another character. And with Pochita, it even adds other faceplates for Pochita. Also, it also includes a secondary necktie for Denji, magazines, and an axe. On top of 4 faceplates and 11 well, 5 pairs of hands and an extra double hand. Very good value. But then again, of course, we're talking about Denji, who is, well, he is Chainsaw Man, but of course, he is not the usual character that you might want, because the Chainsaw Man is Chainsaw Man's, right? So you're gonna be looking at Chainsaw Man. So I guess it's just right. I would say it's just right that he be given a lot more stuff, since as a character he needs to have more. People should have more reason to buy him, right? So this is Denji. This is Denji right now. So as a figure, of course, it's SH Figuarts. So I really can't say anything bad about it. Articulation is great, though you can really see too much of the articulation, especially in the shoulder, the butterfly shoulders. Uniform is there. Sculpting is top notch, of course. And with regards to articulation, well, it is SH Figuarts. So of course we would always have a high standard for it. Though some things that I tend to notice, number one, it's the necktie that fell. The necktie is a bit flimsy, so you have to take care of it. Secondly, but it attaches easy. Secondly, for the crotch area, the rubber is a bit too soft. So you have to also take care of it because it might just break. Also, Let's get another figure to stand him up. Also, with regards to the sculpts, oh, by the way, I am using for my stands. I'm using the SS Kamen Riders, which I showed before. So with the figures itself, look, even the creases, right? So cool. For the pants, articulation is top notch. There's nothing, you can't really say anything bad about SH Figuarts articulation. The face plate, well, I did like Denji more, the way they were making him, but the face is fine. It's fine, I guess. Now for the accessories. Well, there's Pochita. There's actually different faces for him. So this is the normal face. Then there's the one with the open mouth, with his tongue out, and this is also Pochita being funny, like Pochita being happy. Now for the other things. And so let's keep Pochita here. It's like really cute, right? It's really cute. Then there's the secondary necktie for him, for Denji. So there's a smaller necktie. Guys, these have small parts, so you have to be careful with it, especially with regards to keeping them safe, because it even includes, guys, this is really small. I'm not sure if you can see it. That is the device that will trigger Chainsawman. So you have to take care of this. You have to take care of his stuff. You have to make sure that the plastic doesn't tip over, because it's gonna be very hard to find. So there's also the axe and the magazine. It's very detailed, as you can see. There's even detailed covers. So you have to take care of this. You have to make sure that as a figure itself, you have to take care of this, because they have a lot of small parts. Now for the different faces, there's the different Denji faces. So like the one that he looks, when the face he does when he's bored. And also he does have the thirsty face, among others. So value wise, it's great. I would say it's one of the best valued figures, best value figures in terms of literal stuff. In terms of literal stuff, I would say the best value. But of course, you're talking about a secondary character. So they need to have something to sell, right? He needs to be sold. So I guess it's just right that they put a lot of stuff for Denji. But the figure wise, yes, if you're a fan of Chainsawman, or even if you'd like to do customs, like maybe use the body for something else or for somebody else, it's fine. It's actually a good figure in itself. So I would say this is a great buy. Now for the second part of our 2-for-1 is Makima. So Makima is the personal demon hunter for the Prime Minister, and heads her own division. She is essentially Denji's boss. So this is very simple. She's just a very simple. So that's her with a coat, and in the back, that's her in different shots. Now, the reason why I'm also doing a 2-for-1 is because I got her in the secondary market. And I did not think it was, and her trench coat who's made in fabric wasn't included. Yes, I'm not above. Buying secondhand stuff is not beneath me. So, and the figure. So this is supposed to be where her coat is. Unfortunately, I didn't get it. She also includes a lot. She also has a lot of hands. That's actually 6 pairs of hands. And then there's 4 face plates, and also optional features for the legs. Now, Makima as a character is very complex. You don't really know what she's planning. She's very, but she does have that cuteness to her, that cute, quote unquote innocence in her. But then again, you know that she's scary. She's somebody that you don't want to mess with. So, this is Makima. It's very similar to Denji's in attire since they are in uniform. So this is well, articulation is always on point. Detail and paint job is always also on point. And but in terms of value, well, she gives you 12 extra hands or 6 pairs. So I guess that would be the value in it. In terms of other stuff, that's basically it. The trench, the coat, but most of the time she is not wearing that coat. So that's a little bit. I'm not sure how suspect do I find the figure in terms of value, but I would say it's, if you like the character, then I guess you'll find value in it, right? So that's Makima. And some notable stuff. Well, first off, you can actually exchange Makima's legs so that she can be crouching. You can exchange it so she can be crouching, like she's crouched, right? You can use that. So that's something different. Also, the main way that you can really say that the real value comes in the number of hands. Again, like I said, there are 12 pairs of hands. So for her different poses, especially when she was going against when she was trying to kill those prisoners. Also, she's got some extra hands, like this one holding a lollipop. So in terms of value, well, if you like Makima, you'd like her, of course, the character itself. But in value, what you get actually are the hands. Basically, you're getting the hands. You can really pose her in a lot of different ways. And yeah, and that's actually it. Unless you're not a fan. If you're a fan, then you'd like her. You'd like the way that she can pose. But if you're not, I guess maybe you can skip her. But for Denji, since he is not as famous or a second, well, yeah, he is the main character, but Chainsawman is what people are looking for. He does give you a lot of value, and also you got Pochita here, so which is very, I guess, would be very valuable in a sense that for the character. So overall, I would say that these are these are figures that you would say that even if you don't buy it, it's fine. But if you are a Chainsawman, of course you'd be getting them. For Makima, I'm not sure if you'd like the coat. Personally, I'm not a fan of soft goods. So when this was offered to me, I took it because I didn't really need the soft goods. But then again, if you want her complete, she'd look nice, and the posability alone, the different posings that you can do for her, would be would be the reason why you'd be buying her. So I would say, if you like it, go. If not, it's fine.